ladies and gentlemen, Backlash St. Louis is done and over, and now we're looking forward to Saturday night's main event and Money in the Bank, also with Worlds Collide with WWE's acquisition of Triple A. But we are your co-hosts, as usual, Ryan and Alex. And as we get started, sit back, relax, and enjoy. But as first, as always, it's popping around.
Hey, not too much, not too much.
Hell
Just
yeah.
in the backlash of backlash, we're gonna get into it.
Yeah, for real. The matches, honestly, were phenomenal. I liked them all except
hmm
for Dominic's match. The only match I didn't like. I like the match, but the end of the match is what destroyed the entire match for me.
Yeah, that's pretty fair. I can see why.
It was a very good match up until the end. So,
It was a really fun match. Luchadors, go crazy.
but I think we should get right into it. You ready for it?
Oh yeah, we are gonna jump right on into it with the United States Championship. It's a fatal four-way. It is Jacob Fatu, the champion, defending against Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre, and LA Knight. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this was honestly just a really fun fucking match. We saw a lot of chaos happening with Fatu running wild on that Fatu shit. A crazy Samoan drop on the barricade to Damien. Drew at one point literally almost has the match won after a Claymore tonight. But Damien, as always, pulls the ref out of the ring, screwing McIntyre again. This leads to a fun sequence where Damien and Drew brawl through the crowd, where Damien eventually takes them both out with a South of Heaven off some equipment, through a bunch of tables. That was nuts. I saw like McIntyre's head bounce off the concrete. It was like, damn,
Done for.
smacked. Back at ringside, though, Solo ends up saving Fatu from an elbow through the announcer's table from LA Knight. And we see Jeff Cobb debut as he also takes out the megastar. And Jacob's seeing all this go down. He's clearly not happy about it. Like, communication has not been going down between these two. But back in the ring, it don't matter because a hip attack is followed with a moonsault, giving the champ the win. Which is what we both predicted.
This is true, as what we both did predict. But I can definitely agree with Fatu. Him and I are in the same boat. I don't agree with Solo bringing in Jeff Cobb. I don't.
Oh, yeah?
Partially because I'm kind of a Zilla fan to a degree. I think Zilla should have made his debut instead of it being, who is it? Jeff Cobb. But I mean, that's just me. I don't even know. I don't think anyone knew who Jeff Cobb was besides like a handful. And I think you were one of the handful that knew who Jeff Cobb was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, he comes from the New Japan side of things, and like, I would say that that's become more niche now, like in today's wrestling culture. Not a lot
Everybody's
of people
coming from New Japan.
with it. Yeah, right.
So, I mean, I don't like the idea of Jeff Cobb in the business anyways, because I saw this idea the other day, and it's a good point. It's a very good point. I don't remember who said it, where I saw it, but it was about wrestling. No, it was Big E. Big E had said it. Why are we letting the men and the women, or the men have 40 or 30, 40, almost 50-year-olds holding world titles, and the women's are all holding, it's all the younger ones. Let's hold the same standard. Or something like that Big E said. I think it was on Backlash pre-show. Something along those lines. Or it was post. I don't remember. But I'm saying, why aren't we and it's not like we're holding the same standard. I'm more pointing out, we're bringing in old stars. Jeff Cobb's going to be here for 4 years, and then he's going to be gone. He's not going to be here as long as Tiffany.
Maybe.
He's not going to be here as long. I think Jacob's going to be here for another 5, 10, another at least 10 years.
Well, we don't really know how Jeff Cobb will turn out, really.
Yeah, I don't know.
He could be a mainstay.
Because I also have a good feeling that Triple H is going to release Tongaloa and keep Tama and make Tama a single star, or a mid card single star. I think you could do it with Tama. Honestly,
Definitely
he's a
could.
beast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree with that. But as for Jeff Cobb, this was someone who I was pitching to join Seth Rollins' group. Like, this is someone who I would have had come in as like one of the two people, like him and Bronson Reed are the two people who I would have come in as the third man in Seth's group.
Who do we think third man is, though? If there is a third.
At this point, Bronson. At this point, I'm just thinking Bronson Reed, and they're just waiting for him to get medically cleared.
You want to hear one that's probably going to blow your mind?
What?
Sami Zayn. I'm going to go with Sami Zayn. and it has to do with it's a prediction for a later episode, but I'm gonna have to go with Sami Zayn.
That's crazy.
So when we get there, because we're a little behind in our recording schedule, but I think it's something that is worth noting when it comes to Sami Zayn. So
Mm.
that's how I am with it. But I mean, that's what I got for this match, honestly.
Oh yeah,
And
that's
that
all I
third
got for that
member.
too.
All right. So I mean, this puts us right into our second match of the night, the Women's Intercontinental Championship. The last, the last kicker, the man Becky Lynch is fighting Lyra, the champion,
Lyra.
because for some reason Becky turned on Lyra, and to me it felt, again, I'm saying this because it felt kind of forced. But again, that's just me. I feel like a lot. I don't like Becky's heel work. I never have, really. Um, but to get into the match, Becky taunts Lyra's fiance in the front row of the crowd, and as the match continues later, Lyra kicks out of the three manhandle slams, and I'm going to say it again and again and again. This will probably be the last time I say it though, but the manhandle slam is literally a glorified rock bottom. You cannot convince me otherwise. Um,
Oh yeah, no, it basically is.
and then later on, though, Jessica Carr is distracted several times with Becky getting a chair and exposing a turnbuckle, Becky trying to take control, but this um, all ends with Lyra switching Becky's roll up into a pin of her own for the win. No Nightwing. I don't. I feel like this feud needs more if we're going to continue this. I say, dude, honestly, what you could do if you played the cards right, end this at SummerSlam.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. It's gonna be a big
I
old
really,
stipulation match.
I really like these two in the ring, but I felt like a little bit. I feel like the match was kind of slow, to be honest. It was a good night in St. Louis, but I feel like the match was a little slow. Not like Cody Rhodes and John Cena slow, but like
Oh God.
there was a few moments where there was some pausing that I was like, okay, you know what, whatever.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
for
definitely. I
me,
can agree with that. I was
that's
surprised
a,
because I had Becky winning. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, you're fine. I was just gonna say that's a lot. I've noticed that a lot happening a lot here lately, though. Everybody pausing for stuff to happen, like they're waiting for somebody to show up or something. I don't know if you've noticed it. Like the pauses are a little bit longer and awkward.
Yeah, I've kind of noticed a lot of awkward pausing happening in some of these matches. It definitely, like, I mean, obviously, like, I know wrestling, like, a scripted thing, but it kind of, like, still breaks my suspension of disbelief when I see that happen
Hmm.
sometimes.
And it's like, okay, what's gonna happen? And then boom, now it's out of nowhere. And I get, sometimes the long pauses work, but a lot here lately they have not worked. Hunter have not worked.
Mm. They have
Or
not worked.
I guess we call him Paul. I don't know. What the hell do we call him
Paul,
now?
yeah.
Paul Hunter?
Come
Whatever. I
on,
don't know.
Paul. Come on, Big H.
The big trip.
Come on, big old trip.
But that's all I got. I hope Lyra comes out on top of this feud though, because this win does a lot for her. But I think it'd be better if Lyra pins her with the Nightwing.
My prediction for this, I think you're dead on the money with with the SummerSlam ending. I feel like we might do a rematch between these guys, gals. Sorry, use the correct terminology. Um,
Assuming genders.
that's crazy. At Money in the Bank, or maybe at one of the next Saturday night's main events. Um, and Lyra will maybe hit the Nightwing and actually pin Becky then. And this leads to Becky going way over the top and creating a stipulation match for SummerSlam, like a steel cage or maybe a women's Hell in a Cell or some shit like that. I think that'd be crazy.
Aren't aren't we getting I don't know. I
Steel
feel
cage,
like,
yeah.
I, dude, if Lyra and Becky put up in a steel cage, that's and if Becky loses, that'll be the second time in a row she's been in a steel cage that she's lost.
Mm-hmm.
Last one was
That's what.
to Liv. Lyra,
But then she can point.
Lyra.
Becky can just point out that like that's what it takes to beat me. You have to put me inside of a cage and you have to use like fucking steel against me.
Yeah, you have to use Dominic too.
And I'm pretty
Um,
sure like both times they've escaped or Liv
no,
escaped.
Liv pinned
Mm,
Becky.
right.
Um, no, you also need Dominic Mysterio. Don't forget that.
So no.
And speaking of Dominic Mysterio,
There he
if
is.
we're ready for this next match, it is
Yep.
the men's Intercontinental Championship match. Penta El Cerro Miedo versus Dirty Dirty Dom, dirty,
Dirty,
dirty
dirty
Dom.
Dom.
And he's over here, honestly, like I had said earlier, it's a genuinely good match, but there's a lot of high flying and technical spots when Dom later is able to hit the three amigos, and he has a 619 countered, but Penta hits several big dives and drills the Mexican Destroyer onto Dom, onto the apron, and that was
That,
crazy.
that was dude, I thought that was going to be a tease when they set that up. I thought Dom was going to counter it, but no, they went for it. It was
And
awesome.
it was insane, but was also insane. It's not really insane, but because this is the Judgment Day. Carlito distracting the ref while JD holds Penta, but Finn takes a little too long, and they all get caught up, and they all get sent back. And Penta takes out Carlito and JD with the toe pick on Hilo, but Balor again distracts the ref coming out, and El Grande Americano arrives to headbutt Penta, giving Dom the win. I was very disappointed with this match.
Mm,
Or the ending of the match,
mm,
not this match, just the ending.
yeah, no, everything before the Judgment Day had come out, I thought was phenomenal.
Like I
Like
was
this
okay
was
with the Judgment Day coming out. Don't get me wrong, that's just Judgment Day activities. But the whole thing with El Grande Americano, that's what was like, okay, that's what it
okay,
sent
yeah, I
over
can
for
see.
me.
I can agree with that more actually, thinking about it a little bit.
Like
Like,
that, I 100% agree with your statement as well. But it's just for me, that's when the match really just kind of just went downhill.
hmm
So I
definitely
mean,
did, but
Penta and
not
El
really
Grande
good.
though, what are we thinking?
Fucking, I don't like it. I'm ready for it to be
Well,
done at
El
this point.
Grande beat Ray Phoenix, so why not beat Penta? Or does
Dude,
Penta get the revenge
no,
for Ray Phoenix?
no, no, I swear. Of all the luchadors, if he beats fucking Penta, I'm gonna be so mad. Oh, I'm gonna be so mad.
It'd be crazy.
Why couldn't it just been Dragon Lee? Like,
That's
why
what I'm
couldn't it have just been
like. Why
Dragon
could
Lee?
it could have been Joaquin Wild? Could have been
Swear to
Cruz del
God.
Toro, but it had to be Ray
I love him, but it
Phoenix.
could have been Andrade.
Honestly,
They're not
I
doing
like
anything with him.
Andrade. I like Andrade a
I
lot
do too, but they're
more.
not really doing much with him right now.
I know it sucks, but what sucked for me was the next match because
Oh
I was
God, this is
watching
awesome.
the former Colts punter Pat McAfee take on Gunther, and literally this I don't even want to say was like what would you call it, like a squash match, because Pat was getting some offense, but Gunther
Yeah, he
basically
got
beats the
in
shit out
there.
of McAfee most of the match. Pat does get some hope spots off the top rope after, or basically eating a million chops and big boots, but Michael Cole later rises from the desk trying to help Pat and tell him to quit, but he almost cost Pat the entire thing by grabbing Gunther's ankle. But Gunther eventually locks in the sleeper for the win. Pat does not tap though. Pat doesn't tap.
Yep,
He just
nope,
knocks
Gunther
out.
doesn't have.
And
Oh yeah,
after this, Gunther shows Pat some respect. Some
oh yeah,
respect on
almost
his
gets his
name.
end.
Now we're gonna get Gunther versus Michael Cole. Oh my God. Like, I think I would have been okay with him losing. Because Gunther could take another loss. Let him restart. Let the ring general fall out of his position, and he have to regain it basically. Keep the title off of Gunther for a while. Like let other talent get it. Make it, but mid card. Keep the world title. Keep Gunther in the world title picture. Don't put him in the mid card. Honestly,
Yeah,
if you're gonna give him, I think though, if you give him the United States Championship, like I know this idea is going everywhere, but if you give him the United States Championship, he's probably going to be a double champ with it, either a world champ or the other mid card. But I think it's just going to be a world champ and him holding both. Because
heck
now
of
he's a
it.
ring general coming back a lot stronger.
hmm
That's what I think, though. I mean, this is just an idea I'm spitballing right now.
I definitely like the idea though. I like the idea of Gunther just potentially rising to the status of being a double champion, but
I think he deserves it.
I think he does too.
I think he
There's a lot
deserves
of
it, but I think
people
it'd be good
that
for his character.
there's a lot of people that like be shitting on him though for like just stupid shit. Like
He's
he's
a three
boring.
move
He can't
champion.
do
Shut
this.
up.
He literally only has three moves. It's like I mean, it's arguably the same thing that they've been saying about Jey Uso, but like there's different. I don't even know how I can describe it. It kind of just works more for Gunther to have a basic move set because when you look at him, he comes across as
A
a
killer.
very technical, powerful. I know what works for me, and it's like he's been doing this so long. He knows the most devastating moves, and he's not going to break that cycle
It's fair, yeah.
type shit. I don't know. That's just what's going on in my brain. But yeah, we're gonna move on though.
That's definitely a good thought. But if we're ready to move on, Ryan,
Hell yeah, it is the WWE Undisputed Championship, our main event. And going into this, personally, I don't know how you were feeling. I had my hopes weren't super high
oh
going
no,
into
my
this,
hopes aren't super high at all, unfortunately.
especially based on the WrestleMania main event. But walking out of this,
This match is better than the WrestleMania main
holy
event.
shit,
We'll say it
this
right
was
now.
awesome. Of course, at the beginning, it is slow with a back and forth as they get started, and Cena soon tries to run away. Randy gets him back into the ring, though, and he stomps his leg. It's called the Orton Stomps or whatever. Then they go back and forth with sleepers of all things. After a while, Cena scores a five knuckle shuffle, but the AA is twisted into Randy's advantage as he drops him with a draping DDT. That's then soon turned into an STF, and another AA is turned into an RKO mid-air, and both go down. Then they continue going for a bit, and after a first AA successfully hits Randy, he eventually cuts off the five moves of Doom with an RKO. Then he attempts to punt, but it's turned into an AA, and Cena lines up a punt of his own, and Randy stops that, and the ref is taken out. Of course, the ref was taken out. I thought
Yeah,
Travis
of
Scott was coming
course.
out right after this. I was like, God damn it.
We had somebody else,
Cena,
but we had somebody better come out than Travis Scott.
we
It's
had
like better.
such a
Oh,
better one than
he's such a
Travis
bigger
Scott.
star.
Honestly. Well, this tempts Cena, and he goes outside the ring. He grabs the belt, and what happens? It's an RKO from out of nowhere. Oh my god! But of
My
course, no
God.
referee there. They though spill outside of the ring, where the ref is once again taken out into the steel steps. He ate that shit in like the head or something. It's funny as hell.
Dude, that still step hit. Yeah, we knew he was done. He died.
Yeah.
That man's family, no longer.
Nope. R.I.P. Collect your life insurance claim.
Oh
But
God.
Cena attempts to put Randy through the announcer's table with an AA, but Randy does one of his own through the desk, but it doesn't break properly. So what's he do? He grabs another table and puts him through it again. Then another RKO, another ref bump, and Nick Aldis and officials arrive, and Randy starts RKOing frickin' everyone before he lines up a punt on Cena. And this is what we're talking about. R-Truth. He shows up, he stops the punt, and he eats the RKO. And in the mess of everything, Cena low blows Randy and hits him with the belt for the win. God damn it, Cena. God damn it, Truth.
Yeah, gubbit. Oh shit.
Yeah, I can
Um.
definitely agree. Though. This is a lot better. What were your thoughts on it?
Oh, this match was significantly better than WrestleMania. Would you can't? This has no like. It's got worth because it's worthless. Wait, no, not worthless. It's priceless. My bad. Priceless. This
Mm,
match was. You could put worthless WrestleMania 41 main event. This match priceless. Honestly, this match was significantly better. All
mm.
overall, I did not like the ref spots where like three refs died, but like it's wrestling. The refs just take
Three
a
refs and a
simple
million
refs take a
security guards.
simple bump and they're down for the count. Like I don't know, man. It
Yep,
blows my mind.
there was that. Yeah, I can agree. But this felt big and it lived up to it because this is the last match we're probably going to see of these two, unless they do a
I
tag
doubt it.
match. Unless they do a tag match involving them, I
I'd
feel
be
like.
crazy.
hmm But I mean, after the match, we also get a promo from John Cena. He says that he doesn't need music. What he needs is competition, and I sure don't need you now. So drink it in St. Louis, because this is what the last real champ looks like. Then we go to the press conference where R-Truth shows up to try and congratulate Cena. And after, I mean, he said some shit like you, even though they say you can't wrestle or some shit to him.
That's what he said. Yeah, that's
Bro
right.
gets put through the table with an AA. This is the next title match for Cena.
Probably not. They're probably just because the fact that True is a comedic wrestler, they're not going to put it as a world title match. It's just going to be a Cena versus Truth match of anything.
I would love that. I would just love this. Like, we're gonna go from all-time feud Randy Orton to R-Truth.
Well, they had a good feud. It was like back in like 2011, 2012, whenever him and Miz got fired. Remember that storyline?
Yeah, it was around that time, wasn't it? Where he
That
had
was a
a tag match with The Rock in them.
yeah, and then everything fumbled out of that. And when he came back, he had little Jimmy with him.
Little Jimmy. He needs
So
little Jimmy in his corner if
he
he's
does need
facing
a little
Cena.
Jimmy. Yeah, honestly, he really does need a little Jimmy.
Swear to God.
But I mean, that's all I got for this episode, Ryan. I don't know if you got anything else.
Oh yeah, no, that is it that I've got for Backlash post show. Ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for listening to the AR Wrestling Podcast. Make sure y'all check out our social links. Our Twitter's AR Wrestling _, Insta's AR _ Wrestling _. Make sure you go to YouTube, put in AR Wrestling 1020. Go to Spotify, Apple Pod, iHeartRadio, literally anywhere you can get your podcast from. AR Wrestling Podcast, and we're going to get started on Twitch soon, and that's going to be twitch.tv/AR _ Wrestling. We're going to get, what do we got? Saturday Night Main Event coming up soon?
Saturday night's main event, yeah.
Yeah, we'll have predictions and reactions to that coming out. We also got the weekly shows coming out, so be on the lookout for all of those episodes. And
Of
ladies and gentlemen,
course.
we will catch you on the next one. Thank you!
Thank you.